doesn't change, the difference being it's not the decider this time.
Well, we are off to a flying start here. Team Liquid rushing down the middle with 3 players. They want to get aggressive, but you can see who's ready and waiting. That's going to be Zywoo. He's actually so aware of this. Will he swing out and try and fight back? Yes, he will. 2 kills for the French. It's a great start here.
Vitality are getting the better of the Pistols. This would be their 4th versus Liquid's only one being in the second half on overpass. Conversion rate, I know, we can talk about that. It does come into it, but for now, it's on to Nitro. He's got to swing around. Smoke goes down, and MBK gets a lot closer on the coffins. In fact, jumps over and above. Alex is spotted out by Elige in the interim, and that means he's now on the rotation, but he's weak already and still only in CT, so a bit of distance to travel. And man, oh man, with Nitro on 10, the only kit in the round, this is a call that they have to make. Do they have the confidence to even try and take this fight?
Yeah, we'll have to see if they can get a quick kill here. This position for MBK is absolutely spot on. He takes a little bit of damage there through the corner of the wall. Drops down. Twist on the headshot, so it doesn't bode well for the French, but that certainly does. RPK still firing on all cylinders here. He closes it out with the hat trick. This guy is on fire right now. On the biggest of stages, he's delivering on all fronts. 30-plus kills in the previous map, and now he finds the 3 kills in the pistol of Inferno. That's the flying start they needed on the T side of Inferno here. And Liquid, though, with the force buy in the second, it's very prevalent on Inferno. It means you can operate as a unit like a gun round. You can have the CZ's armor, smokes, flashbangs, and vitality. We are all too aware at this point as to how they give these rounds away. Have they plugged the holes? Have they learned their lesson? What will the call be here?
Elige goes back toward the quad alley. He can get back inside of the site quicker that way with the Deagle. And BK will work his way back out with the AK-47. RPK still down a mid, as you mentioned. That's impressive form from him, not only on Dust 2, but now continuing, it seems. To Inferno, good nade. Chunks down RPK to 62, and a bit of damage done onto Apex as well. Only 2 in the site, though. It's not like they've got anything further to throw at them. They've got smokes, though. They could delay, and Stewie needs to make the call now to throw it because he's countering off the one they placed in front of him at CT.
They will be dissuaded from the B bomb site. All 5 players are there. That's one hell of a call to fall all the way back. You have no idea. They push second middle. You have to check every crevice of the map at this point, but they still have time. CTs didn't push, and they are absolutely fine to fall back here. 1 incendiary left, a couple of flashbangs to the CTs, and back towards B we go. This is looking very good for Vitality. They've slowed it right down. There's no rushes here. They're not going in one by one. They should be fine as their final commitment comes through, but there's that incendiary.
Flashback in, Nitro capitalizes with 1. Alex got beside him and he wasn't ready for it, so he's able to turn, but here comes Naf. Watch behind. Stewie finds a kill and gets away. It's going to put things into a bit of a situation now because it's on to 15 seconds. Bomb gets in position. A boost for Stewie. Does Alex see this? He can almost spot it. He does. But, oh, great shot. And again, Liquid find themselves a man up with a flank coming in from Elige. RPK goes down. MBK's on the site. AK needs to find all 3. He's going toward 2 of them, but Elige is behind with a gun of his own.
It's the incendiary. It's the difference maker. They actually made a very good call there. They read the stack towards B. They felt the utility. They went all the way back, realized they'd taken all of the grenades out of the hands of Team Liquid there, but that 1 incendiary segregated them. The flashbang as well. Nitro able to find 1 kill. He was on USP, no armor. He opened things up. He got Apex at that stage. Alex did absolutely everything he could, but the flank from Elige, as everyone was focusing on getting that bomb down as the boost came through as well. Stewie 2K with a remarkable shot towards the emo position there after getting the boost. And the clever thing about that boost is he's waiting for the plant to come in. He knows 1 player's removed from the scenario as the time was ticking down. He could focus on anyone not planting the bomb. As we see the force from the French here. Our last second decision there for MBK to go for the Tech 9. A weapon we don't see too often. Nitro uses it too. But once again, Vitality giving up that second round to the force buy. It's got to be so frustrating for them in this tournament.
Stewie, Naf, converge. Naf goes solo onto Alex. Singles top the charts, and Apex tagged up. They'll back away. Naf smokes it. Early smoke, mind you, but minute 20. They don't want to be rushed down by pistols, and they've got more to work with. Stewie specifically doesn't have one. They can bring one over from Nitro if they need. Oh, I say that, actually. He doesn't have one, so they have to be somewhat careful of that. That's why they go to a passive position toward Ruins instead. They'll use what execution is left on the Vitality side. Remember that ZywOo still has the AK. Stewie gets in the corner as a result. Naf trying to do damage through the smoke, but unsuccessful so far. Stewie has to step out. MBK gone again, though. ZywOo's coming in. What a shot from Stewie, but that's the AK I spoke of. And it's not done just yet because we've still got a situation. It's a 1-on-3. ZywOo trying to step back out. I can tell you what's going on directly. Well, ZywOo finds Elige. And he's not done there. This would be an ace. This would be a 1-on-5. And there's low HP still as they want to peek back out from Ruins, but Naf holds his own, holds true, and finds his third in the round.
ZywOo always so deadly in those scenarios, but still, it's Liquid the hold on. That was the force buy. No plan comes through. Towards B they went, and it was Stewie 2K with that CZ shot. It was so brutal. Pim called that he had to step it up, and that B-bomb side was strong as Vitality couldn't break through. You see him go down in the end, but the round was successful. Another force buy here. They feel like they can still break them down. Vitality giving it everything they've got.
That's
MAC-10s and CZs.
Well, this is the irony of it, is that we're talking about them losing to force buys all the time. Let's not forget this is a French squad.
Yes,
Force
indeed.
buy was like their entire meta for 4 years.
MBK and Envious, for example, they led the charge of that. That was their whole thing. Oh, good HE though. That's going to do a boatload of damage as they do commit. Remember, they have fully invested in towards this one. It's Twist, who's got plenty of frags in front of him, but Flames at his feet. As we see Apex looking to find kills here. That's only one found. Alex dropped. And Stewie 2K looking confident as ever as they fend off the force buy once again. It's Team Liquid with 3. Vitality, Eco up next with only 1 round on the board. A bit of respite here for the North Americans, as surely we won't see anything more than a few P250s into the next round. Stewie 2K just finishing things off in style there. He always likes to have a bit of fun.
Well, that's good, though, because on Overpass, he showed that fun immediately on ZywOo, and he had a good game. On Dust 2, he was more absent than anyone else on the server. He was the lowest in frags. He struggled at B, which was a big problem in the defensive side for Liquid, so it's nice to see that confidence come back in, and maybe that's what he needs to do to fire himself up. Good nade. NBK taken down to 6, Apex 63, and Stewie's walked over top of the logs. He'll hold off the bottom of Banana. He's actually elected to back out because they'll smoke it instead. They don't want to rotate too soon, knowing they're up against pistols. Don't want to necessarily go to a straight anchor, but seemingly they are confident with Naf doing it because he has all of the defensive utility. He's got a smoke and he's got an incendiary.
Best case scenario at this point is Vitality will get the plant down. They don't have armor, apart from Alex, who has the P250 alongside, but he's been dropped. That's actually Apex. Bomb still available here, but frag certainly not. Twist is lighting them up at this stage as RPK and ZywOo will do what they can, but the FB9 definitely worth a little push there. You're trying to farm some cash against these pistols, and Nitro, a very comfortable round. The in-game leader will find 2 kills to close things out there. Vitality will have money to buy once again. And remember, the ore potential we normally see on the T side of Inferno, it's not that viable. ZywOo will prove us wrong. He is an absolute monster on this map with the AWP, rushing Banana. He's done it multiple times in big events and finding multiple kills. It's a scary factor, but one we won't see just yet, I don't think. As we'll get 4 AK-47s, 1 Krieg. Stewie 2K will have the snipe up and heading towards the B-bomb site here.
Now with the nade down deep. RBK takes a bit of damage from it, and Flames, watch Twist. Here's them coming, throws the nade. MBK's far forward of that, so he's got to back out in a hurry. Stewie with the incendiary as well. Flash. Whoa, just barely. Clipped the elbow, did the shot from the AK, and he gets put to 60. Stewie on an op and B site by himself. He's done that before.
He has done that many times, most notably his spell in MIBR. Him anchoring towards the B-bomb site was always such a go-to for them. He's very good at it, but it's well known. Bomb down towards middle for now, and a stack from the CTs in this position. Elige looking to bait them in. Oh my God, he's done a great job here. The crossfire looks absolutely wonderful. It's going to be man advantage for Team Liquid as Vitality realize they can't break that down. Too many numbers in that position. Remember, Stewie is here alone.
With the timing, 50 seconds, he needs more than 1 kill. He's got RPK immediately. Didn't catch that Apex, got so far inside of the site, so smoke in front of Naf. Bomb is comfortably planted, and they'll position into a post-plant scenario with Apex getting aggressive. Didn't anticipate Naf. He thought he was one-upping them. He thought he was further ahead of the play than that because he didn't seem to be on his reactions quite so quickly, and Naf sneaks in to find Alex as well. It's now 5-1 for Liquid.
Another comfortable round with 3 players surviving. Money starting to swell at this stage. AWP recovered $10,000 for Naf and Nitro. Everyone else hovering around 6K. Vitality with the plan, and Alex with the objective of trying to win the 3 versus 1, able to get 1 kill, but that was about it. Nafly just looking incredibly sharp at this stage as they consider their options for round number 7. They will take the timeout. You see that frustration starting to come through. They win so many pistols, but still, they always find themselves these early deficits. It's the one thing about their game that just isn't quite there. They've managed to get by with some superstar performances from the individuals. But for now, the AWP not available again unless RPK wants to drop it and forego his own armor. The timeout, though, as the buys come in. Nitro gets the AWP instead of Stewie. Presumably playing towards middle with that. He has a very good spawn for apartments or middle, so could be nice to just change things up, go for an early pick. We'll see what he decides to do.
Fast from Nitro over toward quad side, but Elige, the information peak down mid. No one's showing themselves just yet. Shallow Molotov, not deep. Nade strike. Ooh. Interesting proposition because normally they would be there.
Touchdown.
They threw 3, Liquid throw back 1, and they do way more damage. RPK down to 25.
Yeah, very well done. Liquid anticipating a push off those grenades. They don't get the kill, but they've taken RPK down to 25 HP. 5-1 overall, but it is a CT-sided map. Buy is compromised here for Vitality. Galil in the hands of their star ZywOo. But they have got presence towards middle here. Do they want to commit? RPK holds with the banana push. Remember Nitro with the AWP holding the A site. Elige and Arch. The smoke to gain access towards the pit, but an incendiary in response.
Smokes both sides, but further back at quad because they cover off the balcony where Twist is. BK and Apex that hold in Banana. There's 30 seconds left, and there's not a lot of information. It has to be a fake.
Yep.
Their only hope. They need all of the attack to be focused at this point to break down the defense. Elige very passive inside of the arch. No smoke in front of him. Here's them coming, so doesn't overstep, but he misses a shot. Crucially misses a shot, and that allows ZywOo to get the response. In fact, barely losing any HP in the exchange. Very unlike Elige. And now they swarm in because of it. That is massive when you consider the time that was on the clock. Bomb planted with 5 seconds left, and Naf and Stewie forced to run and hide.
I thought that ZywOo with Galil, it'd be a handicap going into this round. It's anything but. It grants them 2 kills upon access there towards the A site. Timer is running out. They try to lock those 2 players towards the B bomb site. It was desperate. They were running down to around 15 seconds. 2 smokes towards B, a couple of flashes. They rush up towards middle and trade out the kills, and the shots not landing from Team Liquid for once. I don't think I've said that at all throughout this series. They couldn't find the headshots required, and it will be a 4 versus 2 with the round guaranteed at this point. Naf and Stewie can only hold on to their rifles. They do have a lot of money though. Nafly with $9,000, Nitro with 6K, same story for Elige. They're going to get 1,400 more at this point, so very well played by Vitality. A round that didn't look possible is made a reality by ZywOo there with the Galil of all weapons.
This is the play as well. Elige looked like he had it lined up so comfortably, but got away from him, got under him, and then ZywOo follows it up. You're right, from that range of the second one as well toward the pit. The Galil is not an easy weapon to use in that situation. Yeah. He's back to his favorable gun now.
Here we go. This is what we wanted to see towards B with the AWP, the Raging Bull from France trying to do whatever he can to break down the defense on this side of the map. He won't be going for the full commitment just yet as a load of damage is done in the corner. It's Twist and Elige to swallow grenades.
Oh. RPK to swallow grenades. Second round in a row, by the way. He's been damaged by utility. Last time it was 25, this time 45. Defense is sound, though, in terms of what they've got to work with. So many nades. 4 incendiaries, 4 smokes. 4 flashbangs, only 3 grenades. That one doesn't quite hold the pattern, but that's okay because the holding pattern itself looks good from Liquid, given that Nitro's now segregated Apex, pushed him out to the top of the mid wall. And he gets all the way back inside of Library.
Twist in the pits, Elige on the sights. Still time on the board here, but ZywOo's AWP will start to reposition. He's got the bomb on his back as well. It's going to be a B finish. Same setup. Stewie to anchor. He drops his utility. How much time can he buy? He needs a rotation at this stage. It's already gone down. Nafly is the only player that could transition, but he's so far away. He's committed towards middle. Stewie is so alone at this stage. Nitro has made the call. They don't feel comfortable. If Vitality go right now, they have got access. You can see the panic set in. The CTs know what's coming. Stewie needs to fend them off.
Fend them off, but stay alive. Be efficient. Be smart. Oh my goodness, that gap. Nitro sees it late. They get across to it. Steps out. Defers. Deters. And then Naf comes through and absolutely takes them down on 2 because the gap was there. Nitro couldn't get the op back out. He was throwing a nade, but it was the information that worked for them.
That's so great, and that gap in the smoke is devastating. We see that way too much at this level. It shouldn't be happening. You can see it actually grants access as well. Not only can you shoot players through it, you know you're not going to be gray screened as you commit with your flashbang from a teammate to push through like that. Very well played, well spotted from Liquid and Vitality. A sort of forced by, you can see MBK had to go down to a P250, but they still have the AWP, 3 AK-47s, and we'll see whether they can get the opening pick this time as the grenades once again exchange towards B. No heavy damage inflicted just yet. Apex might have to extinguish that.
Nope.
He just about survives at the very corner there. Doesn't touch him at all.
He's almost unlucky that no one pushed on the back of it because oftentimes when you throw that and there's no smoke, you think you have access and it baits people into walking down.
Yeah. You don't want to waste that smoke. It's so valuable. But the flames don't touch you. Just stay in the corner and hope that you can stay alive. Well then, decent round from Vitality so far. That's actually a bit of a win in itself, getting the full banana control and avoiding any damage from the initial utility. Remember, MBK just on the pistol here. They've tried to make their way towards B multiple times, and Stewie holds his own. He buys the time. He waits for the rotations. They're currently 6-2 up on the CT side here of this best of 5. Third map in. ZywOo will go join his teammates. Remember, still on the AWP. Difficult to make that work. Haven't seen him go for one of those trademark rushes yet, but final commitment once again towards this side of the map.
Stewie steps out after the flashes come through. Needed to be a little more efficient on his shots, but he stays alive. That's the important part because damage is done. Damage almost good enough on RPK as the utility did further damage, and the sound is good enough for Stewie. You'll hear them crossing over. Look at how low they are. Stewie wants more. He starts to push in. Smoke comes out late, just barely keeps him from seeing the planter, and it actually costs him in the end because they boost up above, so... Oh, Naf. Oh! That is unreal. 2 preemptive shots, and he hits them both, goes back and finds them further as they try and jump down on top of water. And Naf may fall, but ZywOo is the only one with any HP that can really fight in this situation. Gets the op cleverly beside the smoke. That catches them off, and now he can back away. Bomb's not planted for him, however, and Twist is going to know that, but he's got to be quick. He's got to force ZywOo out. He's got to tap the bomb, and he almost has to hold this. He has to hold this, and ZywOo's got to get in with the AWP. It's done. Vitality get away with it.
There it is. We've been waiting for it to strike. It's difficult to operate mid-round, but if you can get to a post-plant situation, that's when the orb will come into its own. All the tricks used there from ZywOo, who spotted the ledge. They tried to smoke him out, but it's a little bit too shallow. Actually gives him access to deny the defuse there. I like the call from Twist there to go for it. He's trying to see if he would actually try and juke him out there with the AWP. It was a risk to try and push that smoke, but he absolutely nails it. Vitality get that third round on the board. Liquid still have plenty of cash, but Stewie 2K, you're right on his initial shots there. Committed to the spray, lots of damage done, and Nafly couldn't have done more as well. Shots through the corner. Look at this, that's unreal. Alex just didn't see it coming, then gets the second, but ZywOo pulling out all the stops with the AWP. He keeps them in it, but still only one player survives, remember, so still compromises to be made as we move into round number 10. This time RPK with a pistol. It's a CZ though. It's absolutely fine, and we'll see how they can operate with it as we get into round number 10 here. 3 players this time heading towards B. Are they going to contest a little bit more? We haven't seen Liquid attempt to push down to the bottom yet.
Molotov does cover the barrels, RPK. Ooh. Wanted to go through as soon as he does. That's when the nades come out. It's a late push, but it's a decent one. Everyone's so blind. I'm surprised they got away that long. That Naf was able to live and Stewie as long as he did, but MBK gets both back, and now it's still just a one-man advantage, only a one-man advantage with 1:17. Defensive smoke. Tough call to go through this. 2 kills in banana. You'd think that you might be able to beat the rotations, but so much uncertainty as to the positioning of even just that one player of a Liege. And he's not playing the typical spot on Coffins, which is smart considering they go for the boost to try and see him in there.
Well, they have actually two smokes at this point. 50 seconds on the clock. They're just trying to work out if there's any sort of reaction for the CT, any flanks coming through. If they commit towards B and get a Liege down quickly, they have a real chance here. Even just one smoke down removes him. Both will be dropped. Does he push forward? Oh my goodness, yes he does. A preemptive strike as he takes down Alex, and now MBK with it all to play for.
Trying to be as clever as he can in the smoke. And in fact, he elects to go CT instead. Oh, unfortunately, really lost himself in that one and didn't know the timing of it, so he's standing in the open. That makes it pretty easy for Twist to close it out, 7-3. Perhaps he hoped his silence could surprise everyone when he was revealed, but they were smart to that and backed off. It's only 3 rounds, and the money is not there. No bomb plant to work with on the Vitality side in the last round.
We did say Liquid haven't pushed Banana as of yet, but they certainly did this time. What a brawl it was. Liege finding so many kills. I love this play as well. Just as the smokes bloom, he peeks out, takes down the penultimate player, and secures the round. It's another deco round here for Vitality. Fast towards B. Nafly could be in trouble. We talk about that snowball effect so much with these French teams. You give them an inch, they'll take a mile. As they do get the top of Banana under their remit. We'll see if Naf and his off angle can hold them off. There's good damage as well from the HE grenade. Will they fully commit? They absolutely will, but looks like 3 kills for Nafly. Stewie 2K chimes in, and that should be round shut down. Oh, wait, okay.
ZywOo with both of them. And time as well, because they're only just leaving the A side of the map now. He can plant this down. Another 1v5 situation. Another potential massive clutch. Grabs an M4 this time. Get away from it. Gets up above. This is actually a clever position. 23 shots left in the magazine.
He can do this, Matt.
Oh, it's entirely possible, especially if he catches them here. He knows there's going to be one from Banana. He was spotted. They know it now as well as he tries to transition. He didn't see a Liege. Bad luck on the timing for ZywOo, and Liquid get back in and get their 8th round on the board. But the bomb plant comes in, and the bonus builds up, so they will be able to buy this time.
You could see that movement from ZywOo. He felt it as well. There was a chance there for him. 2 deagle kills does enable the bomb to be planted there. It looked like this would be a clean round from Liquid, but they do bend the knee slightly to ZywOo. Have managed to get a couple of deagle kills there, pick up a rifle, bomb planted, but couldn't find anything more. 8-3, Vitality successful and getting some extra cash in the AWP out, but can they find any more rounds on the board here? The first time we'll bring out a double orb set up for Team Liquid. That's going to be in the hands of Naf and Nitro.
And I think that was designed because Naf threw the gun over and asked for it back. He had a B spawn. He wanted to get to the top of Banana quickly. He didn't get the first one out, but that's why. He knew he could get there, and what a setup. They called that in spawn. They knew exactly what they wanted to do, and Stewie makes perfect on his shot as well.
Well, it's Nafly repositioning towards CT now. 2 quick frags. They might as well commit off this. The only damage that's been done is on this side of the map, and they have nothing really else to speak of. They'll wait as they receive another grenade over the top. It's Apex down to 56. Nafly still looking so strong for another kill here, and he absolutely nails it. Apex down, and Stewie 2K playing off the fountain. He's got another frag here, surely. Good damage, bomb down, round secured.
That is such good teamwork between the two of them.
Yeah.
Naf looked at him, and I don't know if he was just messing around, but he shook his head yes physically in the game when they were discussing it and spawned through the op over, and then they went off on a charge.
When Naf says he wants an orb, you normally give it to him. He always seems to deliver. There's been many interviews where he said, I just said I wanted the orb that round. I felt like I could do something with it. He gets 2 kills. You can see he's very well versed with the weapon. And ZywOo trying to deny another. I don't think they need 3 to be fair, but he might as well get rid of it if he can, and Nitro will close things out. This is looking so good for Liquid. Remember, Matt, they actually lost the pistol in this first half as well. It's the second round that seems to keep haunting Vitality and leading them to this massive deficits.
The interesting thing is Twists has been the guy that's led the way for both maps and for Liquid in this final. Liege has been close, but it's Stewie, who was at the bottom last time, that's now on 14. He and Naf shutting down B, the problem that they had on Dust 2.
Yes, that's a very good point. B bomb site was a massive issue for them. Anything but here on Inferno. As Vitality start to drop off, you can see the looks on their faces. They look dejected as they have to take another eco at this point. A partial buy, to be fair, with the CZs, the P250s. They do have enough for an execution with 5 smokes and flashes. Stewie 2K with full banana control there. A smoke down towards T steps. Can't really do much about it. It means Nafly can just sit and be by himself, enabling 4 players to set up the A bomb site, have 2 crossfires towards quad and arch side. It should be absolutely fine against these pistols. It's an idyllic setup, but you never know. The CZs in the hands of Vitality can do absolutely unspeakable things.
It's a strong setup as well on the B site, though. Naf, absolutely confident, will hold off alone.
Yeah, another smoke down there as well, just trying to push them in towards A. He knows there's 4 players there. He wants them to walk into the Lion's Den here.
Flashes out, NBK around the corner. Smoke deployed at a perfect time. They're going to go through it anyway. Flash off Nitro. Had to be careful not to be caught. Stewie holds off the arch, and you pointed out a very important facet of that. They wanted to wrap through. They wanted him to cut off the rotations because they are going to try and isolate Naf, but he is way too quick. Back to Coffins. Not quite good enough on the second, but Stewie's got the shot onto Apex. He goes down. Naf still on the site. Pistol will do. Pistol will certainly do. Another 3 for Naf. And it is 10-3 for Liquid.
Really beautiful stuff there. Nafly, this doesn't look rattled at all. So ready for the full commitment towards the B bomb site. It's double digits for the North Americans. 10-3 overall in this first half of Inferno, our 3rd map. Vitality, with a partial buy in the previous, enables them to have the AWP here if they want it. The analysts said they wanted to see more from Apex going into Inferno here. He's had a quiet series. He's on 2-11 right now. NBK, 4 kills as well. Zywoo, the only player in double digits for Vitality, 11-11. Opts against the AWP. Money not quite there for them. 5 rifles instead as Nafly just continues to impress us with this sniper rifle. The USP, that wasn't bad either. You really can't argue with that finish.
And if you want to start thinking about the big picture, it's 22 rounds. That's all they need. 6 here, 16 in the next, and Liquid would win the Intel Grand Slam. Nitro, it's all down to hold them in. Force them into banana with a deep smoke, so they can't really go anywhere. Stewie wants to extinguish it and hold off the pincer on both sides. No nades on top of it. Yeah, he missed his jump, but they know he's there now because they can hear it. He's got to get out, and he's fortunate that he stopped on the logs when he did because they tried to spray in and get lucky as to where he was. Instead, though, back to A. Flashes over, smokes deep on the arch side. Counter Molly, but a little bit late, and Elige gets damage done. It's Nitro that holds inside of the site. Twist needs to defend him, but he can't. He's smoked off, so Nitro goes down, only hitting 1, but fortunate to even get that considering they were on the wrap. Have they considered that Twists is still in pit? They have to check this. They jump through. He manages to read that and catch out Alex without losing HP, continuing to try and find more ground, continuing to try and find kills from In the Flames. You can burn the man alive, but he's burnt the round to a crisp as Zywoo has to shine through in a 1-on-2. He's got the first, he finds the second. Zywoo's a god. He is above anything Ashes can create.
He keeps them in the game. Vitality have had nothing going for them on this T side of Inferno, but it's Zywoo delivering once again. This guy can do it on the biggest stages. A 2 versus 1 once more. It looked like Twist had done it all. They threw everything they had to him towards that pit. 8 cheese, Molotov, smokes. He's still got 2 frags. Impossible for Zywoo, but he pulls it off. Round 15, money's still there for Team Liquid, but still, Nitro, he's hungry for a kill. Misses out on the first shot. The nade will follow up, and no real damage done until Alex will land his feet on top of an HE. We slow things right down. A flash attack coming in, 3 towards the apartments. They're trying to focus on a quick round here. Alex to provide the support utility, and Apex to lead the charge.
Look at the smokes. So many of them deployed. That's a full isolation of pit, and they're already inside of it. It's not even like they're isolating Pit and Twist at this point in time. They're actually going to hunt him down. Nitro saves the day. Zywoo can't push through because Nitro got the cross in Pit. That leaves Twist alive. He shuts down Zywoo, and Alex on his own gets crushed. That is a huge kill from Nitro. That won them the round. Even though all 5 stayed alive, he saved Twist and the position of the site.
A monstrous Arthur and Team Liquid. After losing the pistol, they have an 11-4 lead. This is the third map of the best of 5, and it's looking very good for the North Americans. Vitality, they are strong. They can bring this one back. We'll see you after the break. No convincing rounds, that's the problem as well. They win the pistol and there's a couple of insane Zywoo clutches thrown in the mix as well. They only muster together 4 rounds. They need this pistol once again. They've been so good at getting these as Alex peeks towards second middle. He won't find much damage, but does get intel. At least it's not a banana rush. He's got a couple of players down towards the bottom of second middle there. It's actually quite the stack towards A. Only Apex playing the B bomb side. He holds towards the CT spawn side as Liquid tentatively hold with their 2 smokes, their flashbangs, Elige with the P250.
Oh, good swing, but 2 players there makes all the difference. Very fast exchange. That setup, both teams wanting the same piece of real estate in the apartments, and both come away wounded, but the advantage to Vitality. Bomb still with the hands of Nitro. The unfortunate part is that the 2 players surviving are the 2 without armor. They wanted to go into battle. They designed it so those 3 would, but now they have to be very smart about their movements.
If Liquid can pick this round up, it will be a very difficult game for Vitality to bring back. 3 versus 2 though. 45 seconds, a flash towards A, but a finish towards B. They're trying to pull Apex away from the bomb site. If they go in together, find this clean kill, they actually have the advantage. The decoy will go over just to look like a flashbang as they commit. Apex won't see it. The smoke actually makes things very complicated indeed. Does Apex want to go for this or wait for the backup? He should wait. If he goes through and goes down, that's going to be a nightmare. As the bomb tries to go down, it's a little bit late on the plant. Oh my goodness!
My God! It's the only way! They don't have armor, they need it kills fast! A headshot through the smoke! Apex gets Elise down, Nitro's in the open, no protection from the flank, MBK doesn't even need to get there, but oh my God, that shot opened up a world of possibilities.
I thought he was going to push the smoke off that. That would have been the play for me. If he goes through there and continues to push towards ruins, that would have been absolutely insane. Still, what a shot it was, and they get the bomb down there. Fair play, Elige. Don't know how he does that, but still very impressive all the same. Apex will strike in the end and close things out. Remember, he was the one solo holding towards B. Buys enough time for his teammates to be there. Sure, the bomb gets planted, but it's much better than losing the round. But look what's coming, Matt. We all know what's coming.
Yep.
Do I have to say it again? It's a second round force buy. Vitality on the server. But this time, with the bomb planted, these are difficult to fend off. The AKs can be brought out. Just the one at least this round. The girls in the mix as well. As Apex looks to get aggressive, one of the few that always seems to, and it costs him.
The fact that Stewie smoked that off, he has the AK, oh no, Alex couldn't see a thing. He didn't want to wait to see if that could spread because they know they're on the force buy, and he's the one with the AK. Obviously the M4 now in the hands of Elige, but he did not want to lose any HP. He wanted to make sure he could fight, and he pushes up and gets the kill immediately. Oh, MBK. Shotgun, not caught off. Twist, ready for it, but not the full rush. Even still, this one's over, and it is exactly what you predicted.
Unfortunately, it's the AK-47 they just jump in towards, and Elige knows exactly where the last 2 remaining players are. This force buy is more forgivable. It's not like it's just against the Deagles here. It's the single AK, but still, Vitality was so frustrated with it, but they are finding a bit of a comeback here. The round has slipped away, but RPK has farmed some cash at this stage. If he holds on to the M4, they'll force back themselves. They kind of have to with a 12-5 scoreline, but there it is. Team Liquid, once again, a single AK-47 surrounded by CZs and armor. Managed to find the opening kills, no problem at all. Apex gives them the first one, and that's what I don't like about it, though. That's what really frustrates me the most. When you know they are going to force buy, give yourself crossfires, give yourself trade potential. Solo gambits towards a tight choke point is not the one. Round 18. As I said, of RPK saving that weapon, they're almost certainly going to force buy in response. 3 AKs now for Liquid, 2 UMPs as well. Definitely a chance to strike back, but you can see what it means to Apex here. Every single time they win a pistol, it's the second round that goes well against them. Oh, lovely smoke there.
Elige gets, not the best smoke.
Was that just, like, was a Molotov thrown on there to just...
There was, remember the old Inferno? When you used to be able to throw from the statue over the skybox, you could block it.
That's a really old school thing. I'm not sure that's even a possibility anymore. I think that was a misthrown smoke. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, if it is, we've never seen it. I don't think that's the case because there's nothing that ricochets there and it can still go through the top of it. So either way, Stewie. He's going to push up and try and make amends with the fact that they've been given banana control, but they don't know what lies beyond the smoke. Alex, he's the only one there. The rest very closely knit together at the top of mid. Good flash out. I thought they were going to get Nitro down. He manages to kill 1 HP. He'll need all his friends to come to his support, and they will, even hugging him in the corner. I got you, buddy.
The buddy system in full effect there, that's for sure. Alex to defend the B bomb site. And Stewie 2K, he seems to be so aware of this position. Another clinical headshot from Jackie Yip. And now Apex ZywOo will do what they can with very little. M4A4, a CZ, but this man wielding the pistol. He's going to get the first at least. Does he get the rifle though? Oh, he tries to get it. He's trying to shoot it away. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the plan was there. You're only making it further and further, but it is down to Apex with the M4, and he's looking to just try and keep that in his hands for the next round. This is going to be 13 for Liquid.
It absolutely is. And money is fully broken at this point. They do still have that M4A4, 13-5 down. Not the most exciting of the two maps we've seen. This will be the third. And there it is. Stewie 2K getting it done once again. Apex will save the weapon, but unfortunately for him, his teammates can't really do much about it. He is a very aggressive player. We'll check in with his scoreline. 5-14 for Apex. Alex 4-17. It was a great flashbang here. There was a chance this worked out for them, but Twist is hitting way too many shots. Very accurate in this grand final. And no force buy will come through, almost guaranteeing a 14-5 scoreline.
And then we move to Mirage. And think about the possibilities for Liquid. Think about all the struggles last year, about how hard it was. Think about the history and the fact that Elige was once upon a time going to be removed from this team. He's the one that opens up this round. And he is the one that has certainly been consistent in the change of form for this team this year.
Yeah, he's been stunning. Damage done towards Apex. Remember the one with the M4 and armor. 19 HP now. Alex spotted towards Sandbags. He'll be taken down. 3 players still at the B bomb site, however, this round not impossible for Vitality. They will flash over and try and get some kills in return. The flash has to be dead on. It's looking very good for them, but Nafly and Elige hold them at bay. Still, Apex with the M4A4 can't really challenge her. That's the problem. 19 HP, needs to find multiple kills. Might have a chance here. He gets one, and that will be it. His teammate too far away to get the trades, but Twist being low HP, maybe there's a kill available for him.
If he had got 2 on that and had maybe a second to reset, Stewie was low enough as well.
Sure.
But it is MBK with just the pistol, 1 on 3, and I think you are right. The 14th round is now inevitable. Nothing to lose for NBK, so might as well stick around and see if we can get a gun, at least. There's not one down directly in front of the connection to CT, so the bomb wouldn't even push it toward him, but they just go ahead and kill him off anyway.
In touching distance now, closing out this map. Vitality really on the ropes. They'll have to do with just 4,300 per player. Alex will go with the UMP here. Cannot bring out the ZywOo AWP, which has been the X factor for them. He sits at 19 kills, but like I said, Alex and MBK with a combined total of 8. It's really not looking good. Apex does get a couple of kills in the last few rounds, but still just not turning up here on Inferno. They've won both pistols, remember. They have won both pistols and they're down 14-5.
They've won 5 pistols in this series so far out of the 6. And they've converted, I think, what, only 2 of maybe 3 of those?
And there's been 2 ridiculous ZywOo clutches as well.
Yep.
Like insane clutches.
Again, if I won't say it's a simple problem to fix, but it's an easy one to at least identify. Sometimes that's the hard part, is identifying where you can make these improvements. You know, they bring in coaches for a reason to look at hours of demo of both their own team and others. But that one, at least they can identify if they can fix that. If they can fix this anti-eco problem, pistols are there. Momentum's there. ZywOo's certainly there.
Yeah. And
they've got potential, so much potential to go even beyond this finals appearance, this upset potential in the top 3, 4, 5 teams.
And it does happen a lot to other teams as well. It's just such a consistent factor for Vitality. That's why it's so noticeable. As we get in towards this mid-interaction here from Liquid, they're going to focus towards the court. RPK will sit in the smoke in more ways than one, as MBK might actually have a chance to spray them all down. Here he comes again. Can he find multiple frags? Vitality still have a horse less in the race. As Namply gets the first frag for Liquid. I think that's probably all they find. This is looking way too good for Vitality now.
Elise thought he was clever, thought he was sneaky and could slide down onto the back of RPK, but it's a big man to move, and Apex takes down NAF. Another round for Vitality defensively, and they're still not on, and I say this with very bated breath, but they're still not on map point, so
yes,
why not? If you're on the Vitality side of the stage right now, that's the way you have to think about it as well.
Absolutely true. Until it reads 16 at the top, especially when you're on the CT side and you have the wind in your sails now, a bit of momentum here, there's a chance you can bring this back. A small one, sure, but you've got to keep fighting, keep swinging until the very end. This will be another difficult and compromised round. An auto shotgun for MBK. Alex on the SMG as Liquid will hunt for map point here. Incendiaries exchange once again. This time Elise takes a tick, and that's why he has to extinguish. They'll nade towards the logs, aggressive as ever. Alex trying to preemptively fire towards the corner. Successful. They get the opening pick, and Alex on 19 HP gets out of there. They actually have a fighting chance, but still Apex always so aggressive. Take the advantage and run.
Shotgun for MBK at the door is tantalizing, but only if someone walks through it, and no one will. They're going to back it away. Nitro and Twist back to mid. No mistakes. Need to hold this advantage. Shotgun now is in a perfect position, but an excellent trade. Had to be timely, otherwise it was a weapon upgrade as well. Low HP for Alex and Apex.
Yeah, but still, the fact that Shotgun gets a kill, they're fine with it. I like this towards the pit. Two players there, the old bait and switching. You can see Alex just with the smoke. He knows there's a potential they get Molotov in that position. Alex just wants to get the information. He'll go down probably, and then hopefully bait in his teammate. They won't check that position. He'll sit in the smoke if the Molotov comes through. Alex is going to sacrifice himself essentially here. Nades and flashes coming in. Final commitment from Liquid. Is this where they find map point?
He's got to wait, Alex. He can't do anything. They're both held off. So is RPK, and they've done the exact play. The reverse over top on Graveyard. They can actually walk in. Stewie's going to wait and see if it presents itself first, because knowing that he walks down, he opens himself up toward the arch. He waited and knew exactly where Alex was hiding. RPK, good response now that the smokes have left. Apex actually the only one to get the kill. I thought RPK did more damage than that to Twist, who stays alive and stays very well to go against ZywOo. The two top in this series so far in a one-on-one, and ZywOo clutches again.
It's the only thing keeping them in this map as ZywOo clutches 2 kills for him and a 1 versus 1 in the end. Liquid did incredibly well to even flush out that stack towards the pit. It was a nice setup from Vitality. Comes right down to the minutiae there. A couple more bullets in the right direction. Liquid have map point, but here's how it all finished up. ZywOo with an excellent shot towards Namply, and it was a struggle to get this last one. Running out of ammo. Had 6 left in the clip to finish things off. But there it is. Money broken. So we're going to take it round by round here as we go into round 22. Tech9, CZs and Deagles. Twist, the only player of armor. One smoke, a couple of flashes, maybe towards the apartments this time as Namply waits for his opportunity with the Desert Eagle. Fires off, takes RPK down to 20, but he's going to take a lot of damage from the grenades himself.
Apex does get back in behind the barrels. Great Molotov. Naf can't do anything with it. Tried to fight valiantly. No panic for Liquid yet, but they do have to have an objective in each and every round. Bomb plants and guns down this time. That's enough to keep things honest against Vitality, because if they can keep them low enough in the money, it means as soon as they do get that map point, they could potentially break them, and then they have an easier time. Whereas if they let this money build up, they pretty much have to take on 2 gun rounds to win it.
That's a very good point. RPK, though, should be fine here. Players crossing over. I say that. He does go down. Remember, he was tagged up by Namply at the very start. ZywOo at the quad. An iconic position for him as a flashbang comes over. It catches him, but still, he'll find them. P250 drawn, but man advantage firmly lies in favor towards Vitality. Now, he's in that library. Surely, this is where they can actually start to build up some momentum now. Good stuff from Vitality. 4 players survived. The money's there, and still no map point to be found.
One round at a time. Inch by inch. AKs again for Liquid.
Like Inferno historically has had some of the craziest comebacks over the course of CSGO history. We'll see if it can be repeated once again. Still a long way away from that conversation, but Vitality still alive and kicking for now. AWP moved over towards B, trying to get aggressive. Maybe a similar setup we saw in the first half. The grenade stings though. Apex and ZywOo both taking collateral damage from it as the flashbangs continue to be pumped towards the top. ZywOo, he'll hold strong, vulnerable to more damage there, but decides to pull back.
Elise closer to the top of middle this time again. Double up to try and isolate ZywOo. He's rotated way over toward B, and he's the flashier of the two, but MBK still being very aggressive. Dodges the flash. It comes out toward quad side, and that is a pretty substantial grenade. Elise caught. He's thinking he's being shot from in front of him because he's so blind, and obviously when you're that blind, the sound rings in your ears as well. And then when he turns around, he's still confused. MBK comes out to find one, but the pillar, it's not a pole dance. He'll get tipped for because Twist puts him down immediately, and the crossfire resumes inside mid.
Here comes Stewie2K. He's towards that B bomb side. Bomb actually going to be down towards T step. So if he can find a pick here, open things up, that might force a rotation here. But still, the 4 versus 4. Liquid just trying to find that round to get them to map point.
And Alex inside of the site with the smoke needs to buy space again. Twist is going to wait. He wants his teammates who are wrapping around to do so much work. Smoke in front of Library, but they know they've got teammates on the other side. And they know if they push one of the two approaches has to be enough. And Alex never saw them coming. RPK barely had time to react.
Look how close it was. 4 seconds on the clock and the bomb was being planted there. A couple of kills in a different direction. Vitality certainly had a chance to fend that one off. They did so well to bring it down to the 4-on-4 with such low time. But there it is, Liquid half-bound map point. Vitality can do nothing but hold back with the AWP. ZywOo usually playing quabbers towards the B bomb side this time. And now he'll sit back and save as Liquid will have more than enough money for a full buy going to the next round. They don't need to hunt. They'll just sit back and wait just to confirm things here as they jump into the pit to survive. It's going to be 15 on the board. 7 in a row now from Vitality. Has to be absolutely perfect to stay alive and take us to overtime.
Overtime now the goal. That has to be it. That has to be all because you don't want to let Liquid have the lead into Mirage. It's another map they absolutely love. You mentioned it as well, the depth of this pool. That was one of the things we talked about with Astralis last year, how deep their map pool was. We thought Vertigo coming in was going to hurt so many teams.
Sure.
And Liquid seems to be the benefactor of it. They are so good right now across the board.
They really are. So impressive. What a squad. Certainly the favorites going into this tournament, and now almost certainly going to pick up the 3rd map here in this grand final. 15-8. They'll buy what they can. Vitality with the AWP, though, saved from the previous round. They had a rifle there as well, and it fires off in style. Nafly will be dropped as MBK caught in the corner. ZywOo gets a second, but now he's isolated. His teammate RPK rotates him, but he's got vision here. How is ZywOo killing absolutely everyone here? I have no idea how he's doing it, but he does it once again. 15-9. 6 rounds now. All they can do is take this 1 round at a time.
Absolutely. This is getting completely possible. They keep their money intact, and Liquid, they could force, and they're going to call a timeout to discuss it. They are so close to it. If not for RPK, first off, the vision, you're right, but not for RPK there, oh, that's a different round. That is something you have to touch on. We talk about the young talent coming through in Counter-Strike right now.
Sure.
Get Right was a big talking point in this tournament as he's aged into a much different player. All the older guys seem to transfer into a more leadership role, a role of being stoic and static, trying to find kills. But RPK today has showed that age is just a number in Counter-Strike.
He does seem to have those days where he's just an absolute god. We've seen it a few times this year. BTS comes to mind earlier when they lift the trophy there. He had some absolutely remarkable moments. He seems to be streaky, but when he's on, he is red hot. Speaking of which, ZywOo doesn't want to go down about a fight here, just fighting with every single bullet he has, hitting them all. And we'll see Desert Eagle's been brought out in the partial by Liquid, not going for the force at all. For Desert Eagles, a CZ, as they'll send a couple of players in towards the top of B here, hoping to find that aggression from Apex. Not going to get it though this time. Naflight, first opportunity to get the kill. He does a lot of damage towards RPK, takes him down to 21.
ZywOo backs it off, caught out. Elige, he got him with the deagle.
Okay.
From the boiler door, and oh my, could you imagine they win the map with pistols? It's one thing to have so much problems. You've mentioned it as well. ZywOo's the only one getting kills. MBK and RPK will step out together. Don't take a step forward on 21, RPK. Those flames are hot. Alex is as well. He is very hot, swinging back out, but Elige isn't done. He knows he can punish, tries to be swift and sneaky to jump back out, but they hold it together. Yeah, ZywOo 26 right now is above anyone, even on Liquid, and they trail 15-10.
26 kills. He really is pulling out all the stops here. If they can't win this map, it will certainly, there's a statement out there for Mirage coming up next, and that's another home map of his. AKs across the board for Liquid. Remember, that was just a partial buy, and that came tantalizingly close with the opening kill from Elige. 3 players towards B for Vitality. Maybe a push on the cards as well with the utility usage at the very start. Stewie sneaks by the smoke, however. Another incendiary. Is this where they go a step further? Stewie confirms it, gets the first. Can he get the second? Absolutely not. Apex falls back and will hold on to the 4-on-4.
Nitro to wait it out. Apex gets Naf.
Yeah, that was a lovely bit of teamwork there. That flashbang combo. One player at the mouth of the B bomb site. High flash, push round, get a quick frag. It's given them the advantage here.
Just to point out the whole ZywOo aspect, this game's a bit like Dunkirk as well, because the English have abandoned the French again. Alex only has 7 kills right now, so he is struggling. Everyone bar Nitro on 14 has 20 kills, and Stewie has 22, so it's a team game from Liquid. And as a team, they want to try and take the B site, but Apex shuts them down, and RPK through the smoke just to add some damage, just to keep them away from planting the bomb and allow the rotations, is going to spray back in, but Twist up above gets MBK immediately, and 2 survive with 100 HP. He's going to push in. ZywOo's found. Twist is taking matters into his own hands. And the bomb takes it a 2-on-2. There's kits on both, but Apex on 34 has to be very careful to play off his teammate. A lineup. I don't even think that was intentional. Elige gets them both, and we are 1 map from an Intel Grand Slam for Liquid.